America is being played by the world's richest man. Let's be clear. There's not a voter in America that doesn't want to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse in government. There's not a Democrat or Republican or independent out there that's just like, yeah, let's let the government waste all of our tax dollars because who cares? Everybody wants the government to be responsible with our money. But what Elon is doing with our agencies and departments has nothing to do with our money and everything to do with his money. If we really wanted to save money, the very first agency the newly minted Department of Government Efficiency should have audited would have been the Department of Defense, since it's the second largest category of government spending, and the Pentagon has failed its annual audit 7 years in a row. In fact, it hasn't passed an audit since the Department of Defense became required to have audits because they couldn't fully account for where their money was going. But did DOGE start there? No. DOGE started with USAID and the Consumer Financial Protection Board, and they're all up in Treasury and Transportation and the EPA. They started with the agencies and departments that are specifically connected to Elon's personal wealth. Not yours, his. Because between Elon's four main companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and X, Elon is under multiple investigations. He's in active lawsuits. He has multiple violations and fines levied on him, including OSHA violations and oversight violations and union violations, and court orders from multiple departments he and his boy wonders are now actively hacking. Use logic. Do you think that's for your benefit? So the American people can save money? No, that is for him. So he doesn't lose money. It was a USAID Inspector General who was investigating Starlink's potentially illegal behavior in Russia and Ukraine, just like it was the head of the FAA who was looking into what caused Elon's recent rocket explosion that severely impacted the flight routes of American commercial aircrafts. The National Labor Relations Board has been all over Elon because he treats his employees like shit. He claims to be this great environmental protector, but he is actively helping to shut down the Environmental Protection Agency so they can stop watching what he's doing. None of this is about the American people. This government doesn't care about our tax dollars being wasted or our ever-growing debt. In Donald Trump's first 4 years as president, he increased our national debt by 40%. Not because he gave the people health care or improved our infrastructure or quality of education or our lives, but because he gave the richest Americans and biggest corporations gigantic unnecessary tax cuts. Trump made sure that you could write off your private plane and your yacht, but not more than $250 for teacher classroom supplies. This isn't about wasteful spending. The government just threw down $20 million so the president could watch the first half of the Super Bowl and then leave. No, what's happening right now has nothing to do with being responsible with the people's money. As a businessman, Donald Trump ran 6 businesses that declared bankruptcy because they couldn't pay their bills. He spends money like water with no sense of cost. That's why the job of government efficiency went to Elon. But Elon's in it for himself. Elon wants lucrative government contracts, but he doesn't want to be monitored or held accountable for his negligence or potential crimes. Elon wants to be untouchable, so he and his minions are making it so. The Inspector General that was looking into Starlink in Ukraine? Fired. The head of the FAA who was looking into the SpaceX crash? Fired. The biggest Tesla plant in the world is now in Shanghai, China, the one country that serves to benefit the most if America shuts down USAID and stops wielding their soft power and influence around the world by helping people. China's just ready to go, ready to fill in that gap USAID leaves when Elon puts the agency into, quote, the wood chipper. Look, even if you don't care about feeding starving children or helping the poor or stemming the rise of disease, closing this agency means America loses world influence. The world becomes more unstable, and China, who will no doubt reward Elon mightily for this sabotage, rises. So please stop thinking what Elon's doing has anything to do with you. Elon is not working for America. Elon is working for Elon. And if that means he has to do the bidding of China or Russia or Saudi Arabia, it doesn't matter. Elon's making sure that Elon is the world's first trillionaire, the untouchable king of the world. So Donald Trump may have made promises to MAGA and the American people, but Elon is just rolling him to take care of himself. Look at that most recent press conference in the Oval Office. Who was talking? Elon. Elon was running his mouth while his kid picked his nose beside the impotent commander-in-chief. And that is not good. That's not good for any one of us. Remember, if any of these actions were actually about saving us money, Elon would have gone into those agencies with accountants and auditors. But he locked us out and went in with programmers. Programmers loyal only to him. Wake up. America is being played by the world's richest man.